When we talk about branding and marketing, often people think of like the super obvious stuff, like your logos, your colors, your website, your fonts, all that stuff that's super obvious branding. It's intentional. You kind of sit down, choose it, and decide it. What I feel like doesn't get talked enough is the accidental stuff that becomes part of your brand, right? The stuff that you didn't sit down to intend to be that girl that talks about that thing, but along the journey, suddenly people are sending you memes about it. So here are some things I thought I would share with you that I never intended to be a part of my brand, but have somehow ended up the cornerstone pieces. The woman that swears, the woman that drinks way too much coffee, the ADHD, rave, cocaine, hyperactive squirrel, and the woman who really, really, really enjoys sex. In fact, like on my other page, I'm that blowjob girl. So it's kind of like these things that I never intended to be a part of my brand, but I will get clients and people in my audience send me memes about hand necklaces and smutty books and staying up too late and being late to a webinar because I was busy getting railed over the kitchen bench. And none of this has anything to do with my brand as a business coach or a money mindset mentor. Has nothing to do with it, and yet it has become such a cornerstone piece of my personal brand accidentally that now I'm introduced as like that horny business coach. So you think like you take like fonts and colors and your brand kit, as someone who also owns a graphic design company that focuses and does this for a living, then that's your intentional stuff. But all those little quirks and those authentic bits you show of yourself, and it might be something like the fact you love the color purple. For me, I wear black all day long, every single day. I get tagged in a lot of that type of stuff as well. It might be the fact that you specifically like black coffee. It might be the fact that you're obsessed with Lord of the Rings. Whatever it is, that is like your accidental branding that you don't sit down and intend and plan it. But when you show those bits of yourself, that becomes like the personal element to building a personal brand. And it's so important and it's so powerful. And I've spent all morning this morning in my inbox with my audience, having nothing to do with business conversations, but talking about ADHD diagnosis, talking about my hysterectomy that I had recently and advice around finding a good gynecologist, book recommendations for primal kink play. Stuff I never would have thought would be encompassed in my personal brand now is, and I'm just learning instead of battling against it to just run with it. And if I'm going to be known as that business coach that really enjoys giving head, then that's what I'm going to be known for.